18, 2025 regular meeting of the Board of Public Safety to order. First on the agenda is the approval of the consent agenda. Consent agenda for this morning contains the following items. Approval of minutes from the November 20th, 2025 regular session. Approval of claims December 5th, 2025 and December 19th, 2025. And approval of payroll November 26th, 2025 and December 12th, 2025. Does any member of the board wish to have any one or more of these items removed from the consent agenda to be discussed separately? No. Hearing none, does any member of the board have any objections to any of the items on the consent agenda? Nope. Hearing none, the items on the consent agenda are approved. And now we'll go right to the police.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
So as you can see, our calls continue to increase as we've discussed all year long. We're now just a little bit above 8% for the year, and that's probably where we're going to finish out, somewhere in that neighborhood. Remember, this was at the end of November, so 1st of December is where this was taken. I checked last night, we're somewhere close to 80,000 right now, so we'll probably finish in that neighborhood. Here's your crime to date. Again, caution the board, 23 and 24 complete years. 25 is obviously not yet complete. We're seeing some rises in some categories, but nothing is, every crime is something you don't want to happen, but there's no statistical giant rise anywhere that we're concerned about. We do see some decreases in categories that are good to see, but we'll continue to monitor and report back at the first of the year with how we finish.
Does the WI seem unusually high? I remember it was a high number. I can't read it there. But
It's just, again, you see those swings. It's almost like in 4 or 5 year cycles.
you can't tell why it's happening.
No. You can't lay your hand on this one specific area town has more or less. A lot of it, frankly, is the renewed focus on traffic stops.
I was wondering about that.
You know, as we begin to have more officers and free up more officers for traffic enforcement,
It was there before.
it'll climb up, yeah. Traffic stops show a little bit down to the year, but again, remember this was 1st of November. We've had a lot of people in training all year long, so that's going to decrease it just a little bit. But we'll probably finish out the year about where we were last year. We are dramatically lower this year in weapons reports, crimes involving weapons than what we have been. So that's a good thing. A lot of that you can put on the increased, quite frankly, traffic enforcement and paying attention to hot spots in the town, in the city, being able to thwart some of those things before they actually happen. Again, this is a statistic we talk about every month. Everything remains fairly consistent year to year. No giant ebbs and flows. Same thing with juvenile referrals. As a matter of fact, they were identical to last year. Not the end of the hate crime reporting period. You'll get that in January. And our great graphic, which remains consistent month to month. As far as training hours, 306 this month. As you can see, we had 70 hours. 70 of the officers complete their low-life firearms qualifications. 20 attended training regarding towing regulations. 6 spent time doing the remotely piloted aerial vehicles. 4 were defensive tactics, 14 hours apiece. 4 did 28 hours of civil disturbance training, and 1 officer attended 7 hours of understanding police use of force training. Then we had our specialty unit cert, 13 officers with 10 hours apiece. Community engagement, there were 14 events this month for 51.5 hours, 23 personnel involved. You can see some of the things that happened. The Pacers event is this Friday in the City Hall with the officer, in combination with the Office of the Mayor, from 4 to 6. That's an open event, correct? Okay, and then our continuing Forever Friends with the animal shelter. Social worker contacts, again, as we see every month, they've got 135 referrals, 445 contacts. Some of the highlights there, they assisted a client in recovery of securing new housing. That was quite a effort for them to make that happen. Assisted 2 other elderly clients reconnecting with some family members. Assisted a teen client learning to budget after getting his first job so they could save. He's looking for a car. Dispatch centers beginning to bring more of their calls to the dispatch social worker, so that's a program that's continuing to expand, continuing to see where that can be of best assistance to us. Our ORS assisted a client getting into contact with their mother. They had not spoken for years and helped an established client get in some long-term medical services. They also assisted getting some vital documents, and they've helped several people getting with health screenings and getting with HealthNet to get health care. And Sarah, we're stuck. Sorry, I can't go anywhere. Anything about that one? Sorry, I haven't seen this one before. It's just a letter to the department. Thinking somebody had a friend with a passport issue, and the police department was able to locate the son. And again, forgive me, I haven't seen this yet, so you're seeing it the first time as I am. And still stuck, Sarah.
Try to.
I turn it on, turn it off. There we go. As far as general business, really nothing to report to you guys. We've had consistency of everything that normally happens at this time of year happen this time of year, so we're continuing forward as always. Personnel issues, you want to do this, man?
Yep. Current staffing, we have 93 officers out of 105 budgeted. 2 lateral hires are expected to start January 5th. We have 10 laterals or officers from other agencies currently in backgrounds from an interview process. And just last night, 5 of those, they're part of that 93, but 5 officers graduated the academy last night. They're on vacation time until January. They have to burn off their vacation because they've been in the academy the entire time. But they'll begin FTO in January. Of note, of our academy graduates, we had the only honor graduate in the academy class, and one of our officers was a squad leader. One was the officer that was the honor graduate was also the class guidon, and one of our officers won the Herman Freeman Award, which is like an integrity dedication award, and was selected by his peers for that. So pretty impressive young group of young people coming to us in January. So that's where we sit with staffing.
As far as purchase expenditures, again, our normal, just continue our replacement cycle. You will see a lot of money being expended for some of the new officers' equipment that's going to come through to you guys. There's also some radios that have been purchased, and again, just a general replacement of everything we own, which is on that cycle. So nothing big that you'll see just yet for those. CERT ARV deployment, I think we have one. Which one was that?
Search warrant service out for the sheriff's department on Woodyard Road.
Right, and that was for a gentleman who was manufacturing machine guns. So
There's a market for that, I understand.
there is.
Well, it is Christmas.
It is.
It's a busy season.
All right, fires portion here. Calls are trending with what we typically see between false alarms, fires, EMS, and rescue. IU, same deal. Mostly it's EMS. There's a handful of elevator rescues mixed in there with that EMS rescue category there. Had some of those. Seem like maybe they've increased a little bit lately, but nothing concerning above the increase. And I believe the monthly increase for November reflected a 39% increase over the last 5 years, just for reference. Can you turn this off and then back on?
I had to have Sarah do it. It may be dead battery.
Advance, please. Heat map. Those hot spots are pretty common ones for us. Wheeler Mission is there to the west, Crawford is to the south, Redbud's to the east. So those have been following the same patterns that we typically see in there.
Still not working.
Advance, please. Thank you. Calls following same trend. Nothing much changed here. It could just be batteries. Nothing much changed here. Next. Activity goal for prevention. I think we've expressed this before. A lot of this decrease is due to IU's demand on us for inspection of the creek houses. So we've been able to accomplish that. We don't have a graphic to reflect those numbers, so we'll probably alter this graphic here in the near future to either adjust our goals to be what would be realistic with IU's demand or make a separate chart, thank you, to reflect the separate, I guess, city versus IU's prevention requirements. Hold on. And then, if interested, here is the breakdown of by month outreach by our inspectors. Training hours, everything has gone really, really well this year. Everyone's hit all of the benchmarks we need to see as far as requirements and hours that we're looking for. One of the nice things we kind of added in this year is as we are looking at purchasing new pumpers and aerial apparatus, demos have been brought on site to us, and we've been able to bring crews out to help us review and train on them and be basically a stakeholder in the decision-making process of what direction to go. So we're always looking at ways to improve the speed of delivery and the price on these, because both are outrageous a lot of the time. So if we can have more input from people that use them, it's helpful, and they get training hours out of it at the same time. As far as highlighting other items on here, we've had a lot of engineers and sergeants appointed lately. So that's really good for a couple of reasons. One is just people are motivated to try to step up and help the department. And it also shows people are going through the training they need to get through it. And it helps us with overtime. So if we have positions that need filled, like an officer, and we have adequate amount of firefighters but not adequate amount of officers, we still end up having to call overtime. The more sergeants we have, the less that we have to do that, because someone that was already on the roll, the rig, can just step up and fill it. So it helps us with payroll as well. MIH doing good things like they always do. You'll see a slight decrease here just because of the holidays and people burning some PTO time, but they're still being very active with all the patients they have. Some other wins here are one of their patients needed some life-saving surgery, and they were able to convince them to self-admit to a program. It seems like a lot of times the patients they deal with are really not interested in seeking the help that they need. And that's where this program's been great, is they're able to convince these folks when others have not been able to go get some of the measures that they need. As another example of that, the next bullet down there, helping a patient transition to a care facility. This was someone that was calling 911 frequently, and this was ultimately kind of what started this program in the first place, was folks that are calling 911 when that really wasn't the answer for them. They needed something more long-term and in-depth, and they just helped someone else convert to the healthcare facilities that they needed. No, it is batteries.
It is.
Yeah. We have, as far as general business, I think we have a slide that's for general business and all that. Nothing particular for general business. As far as personnel, we have 2 on light duty, 1 on FMLA, and we have currently 3 out on parental leave and a few others with time pending. We have a pretty young department, so I expect that to continue regularly, to see a lot of the parental leave being used. Then lastly, finances. As far as a couple of big items coming up, we've been trying to slowly make a move. All of our natural gas-fed generators we're converting to diesel. So in the event of a large disaster, the diesel can be trucked in, and they continue to run, whereas if infrastructure was damaged, the generator would get knocked out as well. So we have 3 stations left to do this with. This one's going to Station 2 on the west side. We are also purchasing some radios next year. We started that process this month. They will all be obsolete next year. Basically, they're not supported anymore. They will work, but when they break or something goes wrong, there's no more fixing them. So we'll be replacing all of our portable and mobile radios with, I guess, the next generation that will be supported with the radio systems. And then lastly, just you'll see ongoing costs for the bond projects that we're working on. Those are moving along. And that's all for fire.
Any old business? No. New business, the approval of the 2026 Board of Public Safety meeting calendar. I looked it over, it works for me. Anybody got any discussion? Russell?
No, it's very similar to the past. No change is good.
And police and fire, is it working good for you guys? During business hours?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like
good.
that during it in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure they do
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Then can I get a motion to approve the 2026 Board of Public Safety meeting calendar?
So moved.
Having a motion, can I get a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And motion passes. And do we have any petitions, communications, anybody out there in the internet world? I guess not, nobody there? All right, if there's nothing else, then this meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Yeah.